Okay, so when I first arrived to Beirut, I did see lots of graffitis on the wall in a kind of Banksy style, representing refugees fleeing to Europe. How truthful or not the story was, I found out later on when most of the kids told me that they would like to go back to Syria and rebuild their own country and get education like everyone else. Perhaps they were born in a different place at the wrong time. So what happened next? Of course, you can see the lots of stuff in Beirut and surrounding areas representing the refugees, and that would be the classic example of women with children begging on the corner, on the street, and later on, those women would not be there, but graffiti would stay there for a very long time, and I thought that was very significant. So moving on, I found 3 protagonists when I visited a place called Ketamaya, which is a camp, small camp outside of Beirut, south of Beirut. Anyone Lebanese here? It's inside the district. It's a very small camp because 300, maybe 290 refugees and 140 of them are children. The interesting bit is that none of the NGOs wanted to support the camp because they said it was a logistical issue, and therefore the kids didn't have any access to education and started to teach themselves. So the young child, 10-year-old Bahara, which translates from Arabic to English as innocence, and she became a teacher. She sacrificed her childhood and she became a teacher to other younger kids. I think maybe there's a clip coming here. Okay.
والإسلامي والغربي، يعني إحنا عتبنا عليه لأن ما نوجد فيهم، يعني أول شيء عتبنا على العالم كله.
So was it ethical to perhaps show their story to the world? And I think yes, because they were speaking from their point of view, and they wanted to show the world that they are very resilient and they're willing to get their own education and prosper in a kind of limbo world. It's kind of interesting because many people in Lebanon said to me that they see lots of news and with new policies and agenda on TV, but nothing is happening on the ground because it's very laid back, independent sort of setup. There's up to 900 refugee camps in Lebanon on private landlords' land, so therefore nobody knows exactly what's going on. And in comparison with like Jordan, Turkey, or other places, it's a little bit more active. And there are many camps like that. And I did decided to make the film and use the kids as my protagonists to tell their story. And I think they did good justice because we got 75 NGOs started up after showing of the film. We managed to get Belinda and Bill Gates Foundation behind, and Bristol Robotics, who convert urine to electricity. So there's amazing scheme called Urantricity, or if you like, P-Power, that they can actually convert the urine in refugee camp to a few watts of power to make that as a charging point for telephones, maybe, or lighting. So in the end, yes, I think it was worth to do that. I still feel the guilt that some of the kids were exposed, but I wanted to show a bit of exposure what really happens in the camp. It's not necessarily what we see on the news. And that film went all over the world, and this is actually in Greece. We had 300 kids speaking directly to the kids from Katamaya. It was interesting because it was Arabic to English and then to Greek and back to Arabic. But the kids had very interesting point of view and completely avoiding the adults, and they wanted to make connections, help them to be educated, create educational apps, and speak through pen pal letters and many other initiatives through schools and educational authorities. 9 minutes 33, 2% battery. Okay, I'm moving on very quickly. Anything is possible, as they say, and if there's a will, there's a way. I wanted to prove to UNHCR that yes, you can get to that flipping camp because they said it's not possible. So I brought 1940s English piano all the way to Katamaya, which obviously was incredibly untuned during the journey, but it was possible. And I wanted to show that if people in local communities get together, they can find interesting solutions and help some other refugees who perhaps are dislocated somewhere else and not willing to go back to Western society, to Western Europe, but would like to get back. They just need a little bit of support to become more sustainable. So here's a little clip. What happened to the piano?
يأتي فعل مضارع مجزوم علامة جزمه حذف العلة من آخره. يلا كتنا من 1 2 3 4 لحد لكم أنا خلاص.
أنا ما بعرف يعني شو بيصير بعدين، بس إنه بنتمنى إنه نرجع على سوريا، بس بنفس الوقت يعني إنه بنتمنى بنسافر أحسن عبين ما يتحسن الوضع بسوريا. 15 سنة حبيت أعلم الطلاب المخيم هون، إلي ما صار لي زمان، إلي 5 أشهر، ولأنه ما في معلمين وأنا حبيت إني أعلمهم لأني أنا بحب التعليم. والصعوبات اللي عم لاقيها إنه ما في كتير كتب لحتى
يا حلوين. إحنا بصراحة كتير بنحب العلم مشان إن شاء الله بالمستقبل كل واحد يتمنى اللي بده إياه، مثلا معلمة، دكتور، إنه كتير في أشياء أنا متمنى أكون معلمة.
نزل من عندك، وصل ها، وصل بعده افتح طريق. حطوها هذه ايدك تمام. اوكي يلا.
الفن بيوصل للعلم، انه بيوصل للعلم بالمستقبل كمان بتوصل على دكتور او شيء، يعني بتصير شخص مهم بالمستقبل، انه بتصير معلمة. كتير حلو العلم، والعلم نور الجهل ظلام.
They said the light is education, I think, and ignorance is the darkness, which was a very powerful thing to say from a 10-year-old. Obviously, the kids did see the film as well, and we took this all over the world, and people always ask at the end of it, what can we do? How can we help? What do they need? And as an objective documentary filmmaker, of course, you cannot give any directions. You cannot put the address of the camp or organize a box for funding. So many NGOs and organizations got in the meantime to do something for it. And now they have 3 new schools and university students going there regularly every week, I think. They also go to the Lebanese American University in Beirut to get further studies. And it shows that a word of mouth and a bit of awareness through digital media can work and can help. And it's something a bit more powerful maybe than what we see in the news, which we easily can email because they're 24/7. And I just wanted to say very quickly that we also managed to teach each other. And kids are very innocent. They did teach me Arabic. I did teach them English with an accent. And they taught me how to ask for a cup of tea. So hopefully I can still say it. Marhaba, linking chamin fadlak. But when they said, how to say how are you in a kind of short way, I was a little embarrassed because you could say kefailak or you could say kifak. So you don't want to ask keywords, and it's quite challenging. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think everything is possible, but in order to get the kids access to education, we need to fulfill the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, fantastically highlighted from UN. If the kids are hungry and in poverty, or they don't have a drinking water, they cannot start learning. And I think this is the key issue that we could do something about it. I've been talking to many communities in the UK and US, and there's a great support. It's just maybe the society needs to understand that if someone's with the roof and blankets for winter and maybe fan in the summertime and something to eat, that doesn't mean that they are assaulted. They still need psychological help and access to education. And I think there's plenty more we can achieve. And awareness films, which my students now do, I think they're very powerful because they are the new generation. They're creating the opinion, and I think anything is possible. And some would say, why would you bother? Because it's just a drop in the ocean, but the ocean is made out of many drops. Thanks very much.